Texas is not just a state, it's a country that decided to become a state. And the more you learn about it, and the more you realize that it plays by its own rules. These are 10 facts about Texas so crazy most Americans don't even know them. Before it joined the United States, Texas was a sovereign nation. The Republic of Texas existed from 1836 to 1845, 9 full years of independence, its own president, its own army, its own currency. And when it finally joined the Union, it negotiated its own terms. Read that again. Texas negotiated the terms of joining the United States. No other state in American history did that. Buried inside the 1845 Annexation Agreement is a clause that most lawmakers forget exists. Texas has the legal right to divide itself into up to 5 separate states without needing congressional approval. 5 states, 5 sets of senators. That would give Texas 10 U.S. senators overnight. They've never done it, but they can. Every other state in the continental U.S. shares a power grid, not Texas. The Electric Reliability Council of Texas, ERCOT, runs a completely independent grid. Why? So the federal government can't regulate it. It was a deliberate choice made decades ago. The downside? When Winter Storm Uri hit in 2021, Texas couldn't borrow power from neighboring states. The grid failed. 246 people died. Independence has a price. Texas is larger than any country in Western Europe. Drive from El Paso to Beaumont. That's farther than driving from Los Angeles to Phoenix. The state is so wide that El Paso is actually closer to California than it is to the Texas capital, Austin. Let that sink in. In South Texas sits a single ranch, the King Ranch, covering 825,000 acres. That is larger than the entire state of Rhode Island. One ranch. It has its own zip code, its own highway system, its own cattle breed, the Santa Gertrudis. The King Ranch is essentially a privately owned country inside a state that used to be a country. In 1931, the Red River Bridge War nearly became an actual military conflict. Oklahoma tried to block a free bridge that Texas had built. Texas responded by deploying the National Guard and tearing down a barricade. The Texas governor declared martial law over a bridge. 2 states, nearly at war, over a bridge. This is real history, by 7.8 feet. Texas deliberately built its state capital in Austin to be taller than the one in Washington, D.C. That wasn't an accident. It was a message. If Texas were a country, it would be one of the top wind energy producers on the planet. It generates more wind power than the next 3 U.S. states combined. The same state with oil running through its identity is quietly becoming a clean energy giant. The future doesn't care about the past. Every morning, millions of Texas school children recite 2 pledges, first the American one, then this one. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. A state, with its own pledge, to its own flag, that tells you everything you need to know about how Texans see themselves. Since the Supreme Court reinstated the death penalty in 1976, Texas has carried out more executions than every other state combined, by a massive margin. Some see it as justice. Others see it as a system that needs reform. But no matter where you stand, the numbers are impossible to ignore. Texas is not like anywhere else. It is a place that remembers it used to answer to no one, and acts like it still doesn't have to. If this hit different, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's the wildest thing you know about Texas?